Hello sewers, I'm Donna DeMarco with Aunties Sewing Kits, and I'm very excited about block 12. It's the last block of the month for the BOM of the pattern done by Banyan Batiks and the fabric's by Banyan Batiks and the pattern is done by Bound To Be Quilting. And I've got the last block. This time there's only one block, and I did start kind of assembling it because I'm getting so excited and I just want to see it finished. So this is actually the last block without the sashing on it. So it would be without this sashing. This comes later. I was just getting it prepared for putting in the quilt. So it's just this block here. This is our last one. And there's only one, but there's a lot of other stuff that go along with it. There is another block that goes with this, but it's very simple. So I'm just going to set that there for right now. And you can see I did start putting it together a little bit, and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. I'm just getting so excited I couldn't help it. So I was trying to get it all done so I could do both videos and maybe put it together and do the whole thing because I'm just so excited, but I didn't get that far. My sister's visiting, so that's taken up a lot of my time visiting with her. We'll blame her. So let's get started on this block. So with this block, it's really simple. You're just going to cut these templates out. There is a lot more templates. We have, and then you're going to take template W. That would be this one, template W. And template U. Template U. And that is going to be these colors here. And those colors are fabric, let's see, W is fabric 2 and U is fabric 10. So we got fabric 2 and fabric 10. And what we're going to do with those is we are going to put these together. So we're just going to sew it together. And you want to make sure when you fit these together that it's going to make a straight line here at the bottom. See, I've got a straight line there. Just going to sew it together, open it up, and you're done. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take template number S, and S is fabric 3, and we're going to take this fabric 3 and we're going to put it, which way are we going to put it? I think I got it upside down so I can't get it on there right. We're going to put it this way on the bottom, and it'll fit that way, and you want the big edge going down this way and the short edge going this way to make it look like that. Then once we get that, I'm actually just going to take one of these off of here because I think I might need that in a second. All right. And I'm going to clip this back because these things are easy to get mixed around. And then we're going to take fabric template T and template X, which template X is fabric 2. So we got this fabric again. And template T is fabric 7. So now we got fabric 7. And what we're going to do with those fabrics is the same thing we just did with these. We're going to take fabric, I'm going to put these over here. We're going to take the fabric, put it here. We're going to make sure it's straight at the bottom, just like we did the other one. And then we're going to take S again. And we're going to take that S and we're going to do the same thing. But this time we are, oh, actually it's not fabric S, sorry. It is fabric V. And fabric V is also fabric 10. So we're going to take that fabric, but we're going to reverse it this time. The big end's going to go on this side and the small end on that side. So I'm going to take one of those off of there. And I'll give you a better visual here. So then it's going to go like this. The small end, the big end. Remember, the other one was the opposite direction. So be mindful of that. And put this back together here. And I've been just clipping them on there so they stay, so because the pattern is calling out the template names, not the color names on this particular one. So it was a little more confusing, but we got through it. And let's see, so I'm going to grab this one. So this one's already put together. See how it's going the opposite direction? Then what we're going to do is we are going to take the first one we made with the second one we made, and then we're going to sew it together. And that's going to give us our points. So that's what this is, this block right here. And then we're going to do all 4 blocks. And then once we get all 4 blocks, we'll take the 2 blocks and we'll sew them together. So we got like that, this, and then we got this one here. Now there's a block. Then we're going to sew this block once it's all sewed together in a block, and we're going to put it there and put it, nope, we're not going to do that. We are going to put it so it goes, okay, so those 2 go together like that. So let me see here what I'm doing. And then this is going to turn this way. And I am going to sew this way. So that one's going to go there. And see how it makes that. It has this coming up here, this one coming up here, and it's got these 2 as the petals here. So that would be, this here would be this whole thing here. So let me show you that again. It's a little confusing, but nothing that we can't handle. So we're going to take these 2, put them together, these 2, and that makes a block. And these are already put together, so we're just going to sew this straight down the center, and we made a block. When we sew the 2 blocks together, we're going to turn it so you have the white fabric against the darker fabric there, and go like that. And then you'll be able to also look at the picture and see, because there is a picture, and then it should look like this. And then you just sew 2 more together, and then you sew it down the middle, and you're good to go. Easy peasy, you got this. Alright, so then what we're going to do is, that's just 1 block. We just do 1 block, so yeah. That makes it nice. Then we are going to do the second block. Now this one has a lot of blocks to it. I think it's 16 blocks. Let me look here. I believe it's 16. Yeah, 16 blocks, but super simple. Sews up quickly. So we're going to cut out the smaller blocks, and then fabric 3 and fabric 2 is going to be the same size block, and fabric 16 is the smaller block. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take one of fabric 3, and you're going to take a ruler without a pin in it, because that'll make it bulky, but you're going to take a ruler and put it on here, and you're going to draw a line straight down the middle. Once you draw that line straight down the middle, then you're going to do it on the back side. So then you're going to sandwich this front side that's on the bottom to the front side on fabric 2, and then we will magic. So here we go. So we've got our line down the middle, and then I sewed a 1/4 inch on each side of the line. So what I did was I took my 1/4 inch foot and I let my 1/4 inch foot ride right on this line, and it gave me a perfect 1/4 inch, and it's so much faster than trying to, you know, get it on there straight. Just ride that 1/4 inch all the way down. Then once we do that, then we're going to cut them in half, and we're going to cut it right on that line again. So we're going to just put a ruler on that line and then just cut it after we've ironed it, of course, because you want to make sure it's nice and flat. Then once we do that, we cut them apart, and then we're going to open them up, and then we're going to iron it open. And because this is what it gives us, is these 2 halves here. Then after we do that, we're going to take the iron half that's open, there. And we are going to then draw a line down the middle of one of the small squares. These small squares, you're going to put a ruler on there again and draw right down the middle. I don't know if you can see my line because I stitched over it. And then what you want to remember is on this one, you're going to stitch on the line. You're going to put that little piece, I'll grab one here for you and show you. We're going to put this little piece right here in the corner with the diagonal line going this way. I'll show you that real quick. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put that, and we're just going to draw a diagonal line. And then I'm going to put it in this corner, and I'm going to have it go that way, and I'm going to line it up, and then I'm going to sew right on that line, giving us this. Then I'm going to iron it to make sure that seam is set. And then I'm going to take a ruler a 1/4 inch away from this one. So we'll just take it a 1/4 inch there. And we're just going to cut that off. Then we're going to go to the iron and we're going to iron it open. And that's what I did on this one. So now this one's ironed open and there's our block. And we just need to do 16 of them. So very easy, chain stitch it, go right on through. It doesn't take very long, but we need 16 of those. Alright, so we got those. Then we're done with block 12. Yay! Finally we made it. But we also need to make the border blocks. So here's the border blocks. This is what we're going to do to make the border blocks. The border blocks are these that go all the way around the outside. You can see all the way around the outside. So we need to do those border blocks. So those ones, we got more pattern. We got lots of stencils to make this one. So we've got the stencil Z, and we got the stencil Y, and then we've got this one, which is kind of a double stencil because it was so big. So on this one, I'm going to move this aside and leave this out here for you. So notice on this it says side B, outside, and then this one says side A, side B, outside. And then this one also does the same. It says side A, side B, and outside. So in the pattern, it's going to tell you which side to sew it to make this. Kind of looks like an envelope, doesn't it? So we're going to take one of the Y's. I'll just pull one off of here. I'm going to take a Y. And we're going to take a Z. And then we are going to sew side, oh, I'm on the wrong page. I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. It's here somewhere. It's too far. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we are going to take, it says take fabric A of fabric 3. That's that one. So template Y, which is this one, we're going to use side A, which if you put that on here next to this, you're going to see this is side A right here. So you're going to take that side A, and then it says to put it up against template Z. In template Z, we're going to put it on side A as well, but this is a perfect triangle, so I think they're all side A, but I think they just did that to make it easy for you. And we're going to sew that at a 1/4 inch, which once we iron it open, gives us this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these A's, and the big side is going to go on this side, but see, if I do that, it's not going to fit. That doesn't fit. So what we need to do is flip it over, because we got the wrong side, and there we go. Voila, it fits. So be mindful of that. And then we're just going to sew it together. Once we sew that together, this is what we get. After we sew all these together, so then we'll have the last block 12, and we'll have all the other block 12s put together, which I'm not sure what that one was called. It was a little more disorganized because I got a lot more going on with block 12 than the rest of them. Roman stripe. So then we have the 16 Roman stripes also along with the block 12. And then this one they're calling the finishing border blocks, which it is because it finishes off the border, so that makes perfect sense. So once we get all those done, then we just have a little bit of sashing to do. And what I did was I did this sashing first. Well, actually I did these sashings first on the side here as I sewed these on. There's 4 blocks because they're the corner anchor blocks, these ones here. They're the corner anchor blocks that's going to go there in the corner of the quilt. And then after I got those sewed on, which you just sew them straight on, they're easy. I just sewed this one on, and then I flipped it over, ironed it down, sewed this one on, flipped it over, ironed it down, and we got that. Then for these ones, you take the fabric 3 and fabric 12, and you just take it and sew that together. Find the right size fabric here. Then you take one of these, and then we're just going to sew those together, and it's just going to do that. It's just a nice, easy sew. And it tells you how many to sew and how much to cut. I'm starting to get a big pile mess over here. Let me get that back together. There we go. And then once you get those sewed together, then you're going to start actually assembling the quilt. I'm going to go over a little bit because I know we're so excited, but most of it I'm going to save for the next video because I don't have it all prepared. But it tells you in there which block goes where and how to get that all put together. But basically, you're going to make this top side and this bottom side in the middle, and then sew the 3 together. And you have this is the whole just middle of the quilt. We don't have any of our edging there yet. And then of course these are the blocks that are going to go in the corners, the anchor blocks. This here, I don't know if you can see all of that, but this is going to go on the sides and the bottom and the top. So if you notice here, this is the block right here that we just did last, and we sewed the 2 together. And then these here are those other blocks that we just sewed together as well. So they go on the outside there. And these ones here are different, but they come together. So these ones are the ones that we just sewed, the 16. Yeah, so we are there. We just got to finish assembling and we will be done. Pretty exciting, huh? I'm so excited. This has been like a year because it's 12 months. And I was hoping to get this all ready to put together so I could show you how it goes together, but I didn't quite get that far. But we'll get it next time. And so we'll have one more video for you. And yeah, so this is the middle part of the Solare block of the month. Isn't it beautiful? It's coming. coming together quite nicely once you start putting it together. And I am so grateful that I did mark each and every one of them, block 1, block 2, month 3, because then when I went back and it told me which block, because in the pattern it did say the name of the block, not the month of the block, but with the name of the block it's easy to find the month of the block, so at least I had that reference and didn't have to try to figure out which one was which. So I'm really glad I labeled them. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to put them in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But until then, we do have one more video to show you how to put the rest of it together in more detail on how I put this together. And we will see you at the next video. Thank you for watching. I'm Donna DeMarco with Aunties Sewing Kits, and my husband Dan is behind the camera, and we have been so excited to bring this video to you. Thank you and have a good day.